What we just witnessed was nothing short of domination. Once again, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever didn't just beat the Chicago Sky. They crushed them. And standing right in the center of that humiliation was none other than Angel Reese, who once again found herself on the losing side of this fierce and very public rivalry. This wasn't just another WNBA game. This was a nationally televised showdown. The stakes were high, the audience was massive, and the rivalry was real. And when it mattered most, when all eyes were on them, Caitlin Clark delivered yet again, while Angel Reese faded into frustration, turnovers, and poor shot selection. So in today's video, we're breaking down the Indiana Fever's absolute beatdown of the Chicago Sky. We'll dive into Caitlin Clark's electric performance, how she left Angel Reese looking silly in front of a national audience, and why this game may have just sealed the narrative that Caitlin Clark is on a completely different level, both in talent and impact. Let's get into it. Heading into this game, the storyline practically wrote itself. This was round 3 of the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese WNBA saga. The first 2 games between the Fever and Sky had everything: drama, flagrant fouls, trash talk, viral moments, and of course, Clark being the centerpiece of highlight reels, while Reese tried to stir the pot with media antics and Instagram subtweets. Angel Reese came into this game hyped up, talking big about how she was here to change the league and bring the smoke. But every time she steps onto the court against Caitlin Clark, it's the Fever who bring the fire, and Clark who silences all the noise. With both teams fighting for playoff positioning, this game wasn't just about individual bragging rights. It was about momentum, respect, and reputation. And as we've seen time and time again, Clark lives for the pressure. Reese? Not so much. Right from the tip-off, Caitlin Clark let everyone know what kind of night it was going to be. She came out aggressive, hitting deep threes, running the offense with precision, and delivering no-look assists that had the Chicago defense spinning in circles. Her confidence was through the roof, and it showed. Meanwhile, Angel Reese started sluggish. She looked frustrated early, missing easy buckets at the rim, getting caught out of position on defense, and constantly jawing at the refs after nearly every play. You could tell she was feeling the pressure of trying to outperform Clark, and it was affecting her game. By the end of the first quarter, the Fever had jumped out to a double-digit lead. Caitlin had already hit 2 logo threes, dished out 4 assists, and completely set the tone. The Sky looked rattled, the crowd was buzzing, and the cameras all locked in on Clark. The Sky attempted to trap her at half-court. Didn't matter. She split the defense and floated in a layup. They tried to play her physical, and she responded with a step-back 3 right in the face of her defender. Nothing but net. And on the very next possession, another 3 from the hash mark that had the crowd on their feet and the announcers losing their minds. That was the moment the game was over. Not on the scoreboard, but mentally. You could see it in Angel Reese's body language. She stopped sprinting back on defense. She threw her hands up after a missed rebound. She was done. And Clark was just getting started. By halftime, Caitlin had already stacked up 21 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And she made it look easy. Let's be honest here. Angel Reese had a nightmare game. The stat sheet doesn't tell the whole story. Sure, she grabbed rebounds. That's what she always does. But outside of that, she was inefficient, turnover-prone, and a total liability on defense. The Fever exposed her in pick-and-roll switches multiple times. When Clark ran off-ball screens and Reese switched onto her, it was an instant mismatch. Clark either blew by her or pulled up and drained the jumper. And on the offensive end, Reese forced the issue, taking low-percentage shots, committing offensive fouls, and getting blocked at the rim on 2 separate occasions. Most importantly, she lost her cool, again, midway through the third quarter. After another turnover, Reese got into a heated exchange with her own teammate on the bench. The cameras caught it, and social media exploded. Meanwhile, Clark just stayed focused, calm, and clinical. The mark of a true leader. This Indiana Fever team is starting to click. Aaliyah Boston bullied the paint. Nalissa Smith dominated the boards. And Kelsey Mitchell, as usual, was a flamethrower from mid-range. But everything still revolves around Caitlin Clark. Her gravity on the court opens up everything. Even when she doesn't score, the threat of her shooting creates space that other players can feast on. The Fever's ball movement was crisp, their defense was tight, and their energy? Through the roof. This team believed in themselves. And it showed. By the end of the third quarter, the Fever were up 25. The Sky? Completely demoralized. And Reese? Sitting on the bench, shaking her head, looking frustrated and defeated. Caitlin Clark didn't need to do much, but she still made sure to give fans one more show. A behind-the-back assist in transition, a pull-up jumper from 30 feet, a sneaky steal and outlet pass that led to a fast break bucket. As for Reese, garbage time stats padded her numbers a bit, but the damage was already done. Everyone watching knew exactly what happened. Clark stepped up to the podium, composed and humble as always. She praised her teammates. She deflected praise. And when asked about the rivalry, she smiled and said, "It's always fun to compete. I just try to focus on winning games." Meanwhile, Reese skipped the post-game presser entirely. And once again, the headlines weren't about her stats or impact. They were about her attitude, her sideline blow-up, and how Clark embarrassed her yet again in front of a national audience. Now let's talk about the internet's reaction. Because wow, it was brutal. And what's worse, even former players started chiming in. Some praised Clark's poise and leadership, while others called out Reese for her lack of maturity and inability to adapt to the professional game. This rivalry that once felt neck and neck is no longer close. Clark is ascending, Reese is plateauing, or worse, regressing. So what happens now? The Indiana Fever continue their push for the playoffs. And with Clark playing like this, they might just shock the league. Meanwhile, the Sky are facing serious questions. Is Reese the future of the franchise? Can she handle the pressure? Or is the hype already starting to collapse? The next matchup between these two teams is already being circled on the calendar. Fans want to see if Reese can respond, or if Clark is just going to keep adding to the pile of receipts. Either way, one thing is clear. When it comes to showing up under pressure, Caitlin Clark owns this rivalry. And Angel Reese? She better find answers fast, or she'll keep being the punchline on highlight reels across the nation. Let us know in the comments, is this rivalry officially over? Can Reese bounce back? Or has Caitlin Clark already cemented her spot as the queen of this new WNBA generation? Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell for more WNBA content.